Hello and welcome to round 2 of AeroDynamix Division 2 League race. We're just halfway through qualifying. Sorry for the late stream, as I didn't get an invite, and yeah. But now here we're seeing Ryan, who's in provisional pole by over 7/10. As you see, Chappie second, just less than a tenth down is Obliviate, who had quite an unlucky race last time around. Same goes to Ice One, who also had quite an unlucky race and crashed out of the fast chicane, if I remember correctly. F1 Immortal, below 1/10 down from Ice One, who's Gresco, who's in provisional P6, but he retired from the session and is, well, right now he might get lower, he might stay. But looking at the gaps right now, it's quite close from each other, so it's gonna be really close. Next round is JH. I think he had quite good points last time round. I can't remember correctly. Next it's Pete, who's on provisional P8. Next time, just 5/10 below, it's Perg. I apologize. 2/1000 of a second below is SX Perry. Just shows how close the field is, and especially the midfield pack of this. Seabass is well, 200s below. Then Skurin in P13. Chris Armand, our last time race winner, with an extraordinary performance, is 2/1000s below Kieran. Then goes Shade, Drew, Martin, Brian, which finished in second position in last time round, and Scooby's SDU rounds out the grid. Some people will get getting started their third last lap in a minute. As you see, as we ride on board with Chappie. Really clean, going through the first couple of corners. Open DRS quite quickly. Try brake real late. Getting a late apex. Going really cleanly down through the hairpin. Sorry. Going clean through that corner, turn 8, which is really difficult. I mean, it's really easy just to lock up your tires. Then we see just nice, really clean. Just easy top out in the modern F1 cars. Going wide, not too wide to get an invalidation. Getting a little slipstream from the Alfa Romeo in front. Now the last corner, and now what's it gonna be? Open DRS for the last time, and he goes provisional pole by 6/100ths of a second, but there's still more people to do their final lap. Was there a little kerfuffle with the Haas in front with Obliviate? Yeah, in Bolivia is in this in lap. It's Bahrain. Our last races in pole sitter and podium second place. Was quite unlucky with the safety cars and had quite bad strategy, and Chris Amon managed to capitalize on it and won the race. Last race, which is on Tuesday, as the league is a two times a week league. Yeah, last time on the race we had 3 safety cars, a virtual safety car, around 7 retirements, something like that. Most of them being from the fast chicane in Australia, which we all know it's quite difficult. And at least once every single was done a mistake on that fast chicane in Australia. But now everyone will have to forget about Australia and focus right now here in Bahrain. And try to be a little positive, but not too positive to not be like dreaming or something. So it's around a minute left of the qualifying. There's still some people who are trying to do their laps. Was he held up by the Ferrari? Is he in his in lap or out lap? I mean in lap or fast lap? He looks to be going quite fast, so it's probably a fast lap. But did that Ferrari cost him that pole? We'll have to wait and see. That was a really fast DRS activation. I see Drew Cam retired from the session. He's in last place. Unlucky performance from him. But will Ryan snatch pole from Chappie? And he does manage to snatch pole by 5 thousandths of a second. That's extraordinary. Now this is what you could call a close field. But there's still some left drivers to do their lap. He's going in his end lap as he's going quite slow. I think it's JH and Peter who still have to do the lap. We're going quite wide indeed. And let's see where he ends up. And he stays P11. It's compete, do something. Compete, steal pole position from Ryan. Can you do it? I see yellow flags up ahead. Going quite cleanly through the last corner. Will he manage to snatch pole? No, he doesn't. It's Ryan on pole by 5 thousandths of a second. Extraordinary performance from Ryan and from Chappie, who's just that little bit less away from him. Just a millisecond slower on the throttle from Ryan. Cost him pole. But it's all about the points, and the points are given away on the race, not on the qualifying. So if he manages to keep a cool head and not mess up the strategy and have a consistent pace, he should have it in the bag. We see Martin, who's the only one who qualified on the medium compound tires, so that might help out his strategy. Mediums are about 5/10, so if you went on softs, you should be around P5 or P4. So that might be a contender for the race. So let's talk a little about the circuit. Well, circuit really good. We saw really good racing from the past years. Mainly 2014, the duel in the desert with Hamilton and Rosberg, and many others. We also were a witness of a really big controversy in, if I remember, was it 2012? Well, where there was a really big controversy of will this track be in the calendar for 2012, with all the riots and strikes going on. But then it went ahead and everyone was really angry because everyone fought, and it really is just king is money. But let's not dive really into politics here, and let's just enjoy the race. We're actually in real life Bahrain Grand Prix season opener, which is in Sunday, starting tomorrow with first two practices. So there's something to look forward for this weekend. So there is a formation lap. So as we see the predicted pit strategy, soft mediums, soft mediums. I prefer going soft to hards because the recommended strategy doesn't recommend it to you, but from my past experiences it's way faster, and the softs and the hards just survive the one stop. So let's see. I think the prime position is Martin, who starts the medium tires. If he does a medium to hard, which is his prominent recommended strategy, he might gain a lot of positions. So we have to just watch out for that. Yeah, as we see, that's the mediums from medium to hards. As I said, maybe someone will be starting. Let's see the tires. So there's two people starting on. So there's two people starting on hards. It's Perg and Scooby. So they might make a really good overcut. Let's not forget about the safety cars. We had 3 last time, so this will definitely spice up the race. But it's all about Ryan. Will he manage to keep a cool head, make a decent start, and hold on to the lead? Let's not forget, it's really easy to overtake on this track. There's a really big DRS zone on the pit straight. So he has to manage and get as soon as possible out of the DRS range, which is up to a second. As we got quite a awkward camera. Yeah, that's quite unlucky. As everyone is setting up to the grid. As we go to 5 red lights here in Bahrain. Let's go here in Bahrain as the top 4 get a decent start, but the Williams get. As we see The McLaren holds on to the lead, but the Renault tries to dive, but it's not far enough. But Renault, there's a AlphaTauri going wide. But Ryan manages to hold on to the lead with a decent gap to the McLaren of Pete, who made a really insane start from P7, if I remember correctly. It's Oblivion behind. It's Chappie who lost out 2 positions. He was on the front low. He'll be kicking himself and has to make up for it. It's F1 Immortal who banging wheels with Brian and manages to keep on to the lead as Brian loses out to Ice One in the AlphaTauri. Oh, skipping through this curbs is Ice One. Oh, and was there a crash? I think there was a massive crash with Ryan, the pole sitter, and Pete, who's in second place. That's as there is a safety car. Well, that is extraordinary. What has happened there? Was it what? Did they try to go around the outside of turn 13? I mean, did they try to go side by side through turn 13, or did they just both spawn on the curbs? That is really gutting for Ryan and Pete. But now it's Perg who leads the field to Obliviate, and Chappie. Ice One in 4th and Brian in 5th. It's JH in 6th. Wait, let's see if. So it's Perg who made a extraordinary start with 14 position gain. That is, or is it glitching? Yes, it's glitching. I want to apologize. It tends to happen like this. I don't know why. I mean, it's Codemaster, so we cannot. It just happens. It's Codemasters. But so it's Obliviate in 1st, not Perg. Who gained 2 positions is Chappie, who stayed where he is, who was in 4th at the start, but manages to gain back the positions when Ryan and Pete crashed out. It's Ice One in 3rd, gained 2 positions, made a decent start as Brian gained 3 positions. JH and Perg with both extraordinary starts, both gained 8 positions. They will be definitely happy with all of that, but hopefully they won't get any nosebleeds for being that high that quickly and won't crash out or something. Well, let's see. Seabass gained 5 positions in P7, who started. And Drew also made a really insane start. He was in last position, started last and now in P8. So it's Chris Hammond, our last race winner, who starts in P7. I apologize. Scooby in P7. Martin he's definitely gonna kick himself. Was in prime position for the strategy, but lost 2 positions as of the start. It's Shade in 12th. Shade, who gained 6 positions, started second last. Kieran gained 2 positions from the car. F1 Immortal and Gresco and SX Perry. So that was a really chaotic first lap here in the Bahrain circuit. As we see everyone's trying to warm up theirs to get the maximum grip from the tires. So there's only 2 penalties for now, and the bottom 4 already stopped. Oh, it's Brian who just got a 5-second penalty for collision under the safety car. Probably maybe hit someone or someone hit him. Maybe there's going to be some debrief after the race in a penalty channel. Oh, as you see, JH he's got a broken front wing. Did he collide with Brian? Yeah, he's got a really damaged front wing. He'll have to box. He'll definitely lose some positions. Yeah, he'll be kicking himself for that. Yeah, and I also want to apologize because I got a runny nose. I might sound a little weird, and yeah, but is the safety car in this lap? Yes, it is, and Oblivion got a great restart. Well, no, that was a really weird restart. But it's JH who boxed for the front wing. It's Brian who got past Ice One. But remember, he's got a 5-second time penalty. Yeah, as the McLaren tries to dive down the inside, but it does a switcheroo on the McLaren. And the battle is going to continue up the hill as they will try to go side by side through turn 4. And Haas goes quite wide and behind his wheels with the McLaren of Drew, but Drew gets past the Haas. It's Martin who gained 2 positions on the race restart. Oh, and the Scooby going wide indeed. And now he's going wide, side by side through turn 8. And he gets past Kier. But it's Obliviate who leads the way from Chappie and Brian. Chappie's half a second to Obliviate, but we have to remember that DRS is not activated after 3 laps of the race. So will he manage to make a move? As Chappie gets the fastest lap of the race, he's really pressuring the Red Bull of Obliviate. As the iPhone and Martin, did he spin? No, he's boxing. Did he's got damaged front wing? Yeah, he does. He must have some in contact with someone that's got ink. But it's Brian who's actually more looking at the rear wings than in front, as he gets quite well. He's now is Ice 1 8/10 below, but it's 2.5 seconds to Chappie, who's Chappie running quite fast indeed and getting held up by Obliviate. As we ran on board with Chappie. As Obliviate it's getting quite wide indeed. Will he manage a move into turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. Well, it's Obliviate and Chappie in a league on their own, and then Ice One and Brian separate. He's just quite too far away. There's no DRS to aid him. But on this lap there will be a in DRS for his aid. As he I see Ice One quite close indeed, but he goes really into he compromised his exit from turn 3. Yeah, as we see, Ice One is getting held up by Brian as he's getting held up by Brian as Brian is looking like he's struggling. The last race is pole sitter and podium sitter, but it's going to be Chappie. Will he manage a move on Obliviate? He'll get the DRS. He's 4/10 behind the Red Bull of Obliviate. Will the Renault get past as he opens up the DRS? The DRS is wide open. As he gets, Obliviate tries to defend the inside, but there's no use as they go side by side, but Chappie goes round the outside and gets past Obliviate. That was going to be as Brian had a slow exit, and now it will Ice One get down the inside. Oh, he had a poor exit, but Brian had a worse exit as Obliviate got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. So he probably got maybe a little frustrated as he got past and then made a mistake. I see some yellow flags. It's Chris Ahmed, who's our last race winner, spun on the hairpin, and he's down 9th place. He's not having a great afternoon, is Chris Ahmed. As Brian got past Ice One got excuse me, Perg is now pressurized, and Brian is quite pressurized right now, quite struggling right now as he's not showing the pace that he had last race, who got pole and led most of the race but then messed up the strategy. But will he manage to move? As we see, Perg got not a lot as Ice One and Brian pits. It's Chappie who's staying for at least one more lap. So what did Brian and as he's serving his time penalty. Ice One is on soft, so he's making a 2-stop, as is Brian. Oh, as we see Scooby, who spun at the exit of turn 2. We saw quite a lot of spins from the Haas team, well, 2. Obliviate, who also boxed for the soft compound tires, so he's also making us 2-stop. Well, it's as we see quite a big train is forming behind Chris Amond. Chris Amond is also not showing the pace he had in Australia. As we see the 2 silver arrows getting quite close indeed. Oh, as he has it looks like there's forming a little DRS train right here, so as we see Chappie, who boxed for the medium tire, so he's also doing a 2-stop. So it's Perg in the lead of the race with Shade just behind, and he's quite pressurizing the Ferrari of Perg. But I don't know why they would try to go for a 2-stop, as the 1-stop is actually faster. It doesn't recommend it to you, but it is faster. It goes soft and hards, and the hards should definitely last. But maybe they have the pace for the 2-stop and the overtakes on the 2-stop to get into the podium positions. We'll have to see. There's still 20 laps to go. As we see, Drew got past. As Angel got past Drew. But let's not forget, Drew will now get DRS into turn 1. We try to move around the outside, but he does a switcheroo as they go side by side now. Drew and Angel go side by side. As we see some yellow flags. But Angel got quite a big low up, and they still go side by side through the last corner. Who's got the DRS? It's Angel who got the DRS. Will it be 3 wide with the 2 silver arrows and the McLaren? It is! Go 3 wide into turn 1. And Drew lost out 2 positions. And the 2 silver arrows got past the McLaren. But will Kieran now pressurize his teammate? As Angel is quite struggling. That's his second lockup we saw from him. That was a really good battle, clean, going 3 wide into normal, and that's another lockout, and going wide is Angel, so he's quite struggling now. Yeah, so as they go back, it was a really great fight, clean, going 3 wide into turn 1, great action, we love to see it. As Drew doesn't have the pace to keep up with the front runners, and he's dropping back from the well I apologize. Will Drew try and get back the position on Kieran? He's 5 tenths behind, but he will get the DRS. Kieran is out of DRS range of Angel. He's getting closer. Will he try a dive? Yes, he does. Goes down the inside and gets past, but Kieran will try to switch him back, and there's contact. And both of them have damage, and both of them goes out of the track. What was that? Both of them didn't want to leave each other's space, and this is what happens. Well, looks like, I mean, it sucks that we don't have any replay, so we can't see what actually happened to quite analyze it. But yeah, it's Kieran and Drew who lost out badly on the fight. But it's Essex Perry going side by side with Obliviate. And Obliviate goes still side by side, but gets past Essex Perry. But Obliviate needs to make the moves, as he's on the 2-stop with his new soft compound tire. So he has to make the moves. He has to make the 2-stop count. Well, now Drew, who was looking on a P4 position, P4, P5 position, is now fighting for the bottom points. Well, Drew now got a 3-second time penalty, and well, his race just got from bad to worse. Him and Kieran both didn't went out good from the fight, but it looks like Kieran didn't, if I remember correctly, don't get me, I might be wrong, but it looks like Kieran didn't leave enough space for Drew. But then again, it looked like Drew just turned into Kieran. I can't remember if we had the replay cameras, we could have analyzed it, but now Shady will try to get past Kieran, and he does so, gets past. Shady will try to fight back, but he doesn't, he gets pushed out wide. Well, it's now Chappie who was leading the race. Will now go down the inside on the last corner. Now side by side, but he got the DRS, and it's an easy move from Chappie. It's F1 Immortal. It's Ice One behind the F1 Immortal. He dies down the inside with the soft compound tires. Remember, he has to make, as we see, Brian, did he crash? What happened to Brian? There is a virtual safety car. As Brian, what happened? Did he crash? Yeah, I think Brian crashed out at the exit of turn 3. Our last race is pole sitter and podium sitter. Well, he will want to forget this race ASAP. But right now it's Perg in the lead with a comfortable lead over Chris Hammond, who's 8 seconds behind. And then it's Obliviate who's leading the two-stop strategy. He's leading the two-stop strategy. Yeah. Well, let's remember he'll have to make another pit stop, and Perg will still needs to make a pit stop, so it'll definitely be close with Obliviate and Perg. I see Chris Hammond boxing for the hard compound tire. And let's hope he won't get into any traffic, as F1 Immortal gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now it's Obliviate who caught up to Angel. JH gone, also a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But Obliviate right up behind the chuff of Angel. As we see the mechanical grip difference between the two. Will he make the move stick on this time? Yes, he will. As Perg, did he crash out? We'll have to wait and see, but I think Perg, yes he did. Perg crashed out, and so did Obliviate. Obliviate crashed and Perg, and there should be a safety car. That's definitely a safety car. The two car crashed who are in prime position for a podium place. That's as they're only a virtual safety car, which is interesting, but well, got it for Perg, who's probably touched the curb on turn 15 and too much and spun right into the wall, and same did Obliviate. Well, that definitely sucks for them too. But it's now Chappie who leads the two-stop strategy. And Essex Perry and Gresco, who's both on a one-stop, but they'll still have to box. So there's already 5 retirements with 11 laps to go. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is everything good? Okay, everything's good, I think. I saw a message of my internet connection not sufficient to broadcast gameplay, but as I went on the stream, it looked fine, so hopefully there won't be any problems. Okay. So after 16 laps, of racing with only 13 to go, it's Chappie who's in the leader of the race, who will have to stop at least once. It's SX Perry who gained 8 positions from the start and now in second place, but well, he'll probably have to stop again. Yeah, he will definitely have to stop again. And then it's in Gresco, just behind. SX Perry leading the one-stop strategy, I believe. No, it's Chris Hammond, sorry, that's leading the one-stop strategy. Shade, Shade, who gained 14 positions. Really extraordinary pace from him. Well, he will have to make another stop. So there's Chris Hammond, who gained 11 positions. He's going into to the end, so he gained probably some positions from that. Then it's Angel, who's maybe going into the end. I'm not too sure. And then it's Drew, who's going to the end. F1 Immortal, Scooby, STU in 9th. Right behind him is Seabass in 2340. He's going into the end. Then it's Seabass, and then it's JH, who'll have to stop again. Ice One, who's going into the end, and Martin, who's have to stop again, I believe. And then it's with 0 laps to go. It's he's going to the end. And let's just see the position changes. Well, Drew made up 12 positions, and Chris Hammond made 12 positions, and Shane made up 15 positions, and Gresco made up 9 positions. And let's just see the penalties. Yeah, they're definitely making a good job not taking too much penalties. They're definitely doing a better job than me in terms of penalties. Essex Perry, Gresco's got 3-second time penalty, who runs in second position. Then it's 6 seconds for Essex Perry, 3 seconds for Drew. F1 Immortal has 8 seconds. Definitely lose some positions from that. SX Scooby, he has 3 seconds. Seabass, he has 3 seconds. JH, he's got 13 seconds worth of penalties. He'll definitely lose a lot from that. Ice One's got 5. And let's just see. Yes, as the Ferrari is pitting. Yes, as the Ferrari went into the box, probably pitting for the soft compound tire, or maybe even for this soft or medium. So see, Martin's got the fastest lap of the race with a 1:30.766. It's But right now, Chappie looking for a comfortable lead. But let's not forget Chris Amond. He doesn't need to stop. Chappie does. But Chappie, Chris Amond is 15 seconds behind Chappie. So if Chappie can gain that 5 to 8 seconds, he will be definitely close with him and Chris Amond. Chris Amond, our last race's race winner, might get a second consecutive win. We've got 5 DNFs of Obliviate, Perg, Brian, and Pete. So if you're watching in this race and you're not even in the league, you should definitely go check this league out. It's well, it's really amazing, and just let me know somehow. Maybe just comment on this video if you would like to join this league, and I'll definitely get you started with this. I see this really clean racing, and we see some yellow flags. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, if you want to join, just comment maybe on the video or something, and I'll just get you started. It's, as you see, there's really clean racing, and it really looks really serious indeed. As Drews went wide and compromised his exit, and now he's 1.3 seconds away from Skibby. So yeah, let's talk a little bit maybe about real life. Yeah, well, as you should know, if you're tomorrow's the first practice, Saturday qualifying, and Sunday is going to be a race. Definitely exciting, as it's a season opener. It's exciting to see where everyone is in the field. The Mercedes look quite slow indeed, just behind the Red Bull. But do our Mercedes just sandbagging, and we'll just surprise with a 1 second gap to Red Bull, from Red Bull? We'll have to wait and see. My predictions are that it's not like people think that Red Bull is going to absolutely like boss it. I think it's going to be closer than 2020, definitely. But I think it's going to be like 2017 or 2018. That maybe Red Bull have a better car at the start, but then Mercedes will just quickly develop the car and will just beat Red Bull that way, like in 2018 and 2017 Mercedes did to Ferrari. McLaren also look really strong with the new Mercedes engine and the really controversial diffuser, the loophole they found. And yeah, Aston Martin had a lot of problems. Hopefully that's not going to be the case, as I really like the Aston Martin brand, and hopefully they'll be competitive with Alpine. I see Seabass really getting close to Drew. Okay, back to this action we go, as Seabass is getting really close. I will try to go round the outside. Will he manage to stick it? No, he won't, as Drew holds on to the lead. But let's not remember, Seabass will get the DRS into turn 1. So Drew will have to make wonders of defending to manage to stay in front. So it's all about this exit. Seabass they both got a decent exit, but it won't be enough for Drew. It's going to be really close, as Seabass dives down the inside, skips through the curbs and gets past Seabass. but Sebas compromised his exit from turn 2, and Drew gets back past the Williams, goes down the inside. Oh, and there's contact as Sebas turned into the McLaren, and there will definitely be behind the scenes controversy about this one. It definitely looked like Sebas turned into Drew, and Drew just got off-settled from that. But luckily he didn't get spun or anything. So it always could be worse. But it definitely looked like Sebas's fault as he turned into the McLaren. Definitely be controversy and maybe some even discussions in a penalty channel. I see Shade boxing. It's going to be his second stop. But it's Chris Armand who's in 14 seconds behind Chappie, but Chappie will still have to go to the end, but sorry, Chappie, well, he's looking like he's trying to make a one stop with the mediums will be really tough, as the tire wear is really high on the circuit, especially on the rears. So, well, we might see his tires fall off the cliff any second now, but did he manage his tires to that extent to try and survive to the end? We'll have to wait and see. I see the field is quite spread out now. So if you're interested in the Constructors' Championship from last race, which is equivalent just to one race, well, they look like to get some decent points back again. As I missed it, I want to apologize as I missed the Shade getting past Cresco, but it looked like an easy move down to turn 1 with DRS. Remember, Shade on a 4-lap fresher soft compound tire. Yeah, then it's Mercedes, well, Angel and P3, Racing Points, good, Alpha Tauri, Red Bull, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, McLaren, Williams, and Renault. As F1 Immortal is getting lapped, and Ice One is going into the pits. Shade is actually caught up to Angel. Will Shade lately, as Shade got the fastest second sector. Will Shade steal podium position from Angel, as F1 Immortal got the fastest lap of the race. As Shade sets the fastest lap of the race and gets past the Mercedes. It was an easy move with DRS, with fresher tires. And there was no but. Angel tried to fight that position, but it's not to no extent. So it's Shade for his first podium of the season. Yeah, as we remember correctly, last race he was really close to podium position with Brian, but then he had contact with Brian and just fall down on the last lap, tried to steal podium position from Brian, but then had contact with Brian, which lost him out on a lot of points, I see some yellow flags. Is that? I think Ice One spun it out of turn, out of the last corner. Yeah, it looks like Chappie will try to make that one stop to the mediums. That is a drive like no other. 16 laps, and it's gonna be 19 laps on the medium tires on the circuit. Not every driver can do this, but as you see, the gap from Kisaman to Chappie's fallen down quite quickly. It was 14 seconds a lap ago, and now it's in 12.9. So our Chappie's tires falling off the cliff. Yeah, and then once again I would like to apologize for my runny nose, and if I sound a little weird. Yeah, as Angel locks up into the hairpin. Yeah, I have a runny nose, and I might sound a little weird. Yeah. So it's three laps to go, and it's this man who's leading the pack, and it's Chris Hammond next. Chris Hammond will definitely be happy with second position, remembering where he started. He was starting towards the middle of the pack, if I remember correctly. Actually, I'll go just check. Yeah, he started towards the back. P16 he started. He gained 14 position, so he'll definitely be happy with this performance. Going to P2 and possibly extending his championship lead if something happens in those 2 laps. We saw last race, well, we couldn't say anything until the last corner, as we saw Ice One and Brian had contact on the last couple of corners on the last lap, and other things happened on the last couple of laps, so we cannot judge anything right now, as Martin gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, as we see, JH is quite close. I mean, Martin is quite close to JH. Martin with the older medium tires from JH, so as Martin just locks up into the hairpin. Will he try to get past? Not on this corner. He has to be really patient, not forced to move, or he might end up with contact and with no points. So there's a fight for this 1 point as he locks up and gets a quite bad exit from that corner. Well, now he'll get DRS, and this is the moment he was waiting for. He's opened up the DRS. Will this be enough though, as he's got 0% ERS, but it still might be enough, but it isn't enough as JH holds on barely. It's gonna be on the last lap, these two will be fighting. As we see Chappie just lapped Ice One. Ice One, who was starting around P. We'll have to see at least. Oh no, I am sorry. Well, it's definitely good performance from Shade and Chris Hammond. Both gained a lot of positions, 14 and 15. Both did the right strategy, nailed the strategy. As we see some yellow flags. Yeah, I see Martin who spun it. Was he trying to move on JH and messed up? As we go through the last sectors, JH is about to lap his teammate after he just spun it. But it's all about this man, the Renault driver of Chappie. He's going through the last corner. He's swerving for a celebration. He made the strategy work. He went 20 laps on the medium tires and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix as Martin just, well, crashed into the pit wall. Maybe out of frustration, what could have been and what has happened. But it's extraordinary performance for Chris Hammond, who extends his championship lead, and Shade, who's got revenge from last race and is on a podium. It's Adriel in fourth. So it was extraordinary. So as the fastest lap got Shade with 1 minute 29.0, really fast lap from him. So I would say my driver of the day, well, would be Shade, as he's got revenge from last race. He was almost on the podium, but not that contact with Brian, who's now gained 15 positions from P18 to P3, or podium spot, and the fastest lap. So that's my driver of the day, but driver of the day by the game will be, it's also Shade, as I said. So a round of applause for Shade, as the top 3 drivers will now get a taste of the podium champagne. So it's congratulations for the Dutch driver and the Dutch nationality. He made the Dutch nationality on the top step. Yeah, so extraordinary performance from Chappie. Made the one stop to medium tires work. So let's on through the good order. Well, it's Chappie who won the race, and Chris Hammond who extends his championship lead on second place. It's Shade, driver of the day, in P3, Adriel in P4. P5, it's Gresco, who started P11. It's 6 for SX Barry, Scooby 7th, 8th the Seabass, 9th Drew, GH, Ice 1, Martin, Kieran, F1 Immortal, and we got the 5 DNFs. So another thrilling race at my hopefully everyone enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'm happy to be back for more on Tuesday. Tuesday will be Tuesday will be China, so let's wait for China. So Hope everyone enjoyed the race. It was clean and nice, thrilling racing. And bye. See you on Tuesday.